YouTube. I hope you guys are having a really great day. Today is going to be a really fun day. We are going to be talking about banks. The whole thing that holds our money is banks, all right? So we want to make sure that we know the correct bank. And so today we're going to be talking about, is this bank the right bank for you, and how do you know? So I'm going to give you some tips that will help you understand the best things to look for, the things to look for when you're looking for a new bank, because it might be time, friends. If you've had the same bank since you were 12, because that's what your parents set you up with, and you have never looked at some of the fees or some of the things that they have in their bank account, or if you have no clue what the bank account even does, it's probably a good idea to just go and check it out. So if that's interesting to you and you're like, I wonder if my bank is the right bank for me, make sure you tune in. Hey guys, I am Kimberly Graham from KG Financial. I am a budget, dare I say, guru. I really love budgeting. I love seeing people succeed with money. And so today we're going to be talking about how to find out what the right bank is for you. So my husband and I, no joke, actually went on a dating spree and we speed dated with different banks. And I encourage you to do this too. It's really interesting to do that. To go into a different bank that's close to you if you're like unsure, if you're like, I don't even know if I should switch banks. Go to a bank, walk in there, talk with the manager person, see what their rates are and compare them. Like just like you do with your car, just like when you're buying a new car, just look whatever. Like go and actually compare rates and see like which is better, which do you like? Did you like the person? Did you like some of the things that they offer? These are good things that you can do beforehand. I highly recommend that you just go and date your bank, okay? Go date them, see what they offer. And then when you have made a decision and you're like, you know what, I feel the most comfortable in this bank environment, even if you're not gonna walk in often, you still wanna make sure that their customer service is top notch. That kind of helped us along the way. We had two that we were going back and forth with, and it was several different things, but mainly because one was way closer. And that's why we went with them, but I'm really happy with our decision. So anyway, first thing that you wanna do is check for bank fees. Did you know that banks, there's no reason for banks to charge you for anything because they are getting the money, right? And they're getting money from different things. Like whenever you do a loan or whatever you talk to somebody, they're getting some money back from that. But when you go and you open a new account, sometimes they'll say, oh, well, you're going to get charged a certain fee. You need to know what that fee is because it's so minuscule, or sometimes it's like a good amount of money, but it's like hidden because you look at your account and you're like, there's money in there, and you don't even think about the fact that they're taking money out. There are some bank fees that I've seen that have been $15 a month. It's insane. You deserve to keep that money for yourself. There are so many bank accounts that you can open completely free with no money in, like you don't have to pay anything per month. Definitely make sure you check that out. So look for bank fees when you open up. Also check for ATM fees. ATM fees are crazy. If you go to a different ATM for whatever reason, if you travel often, that you will most likely have to pay a surcharge from the other bank account or the other ATM because you're not at your bank, right? You don't bank with them. But a lot of times your bank that you are actually banking with will reimburse you for that up to a certain point, which if you're a person who travels, that's a really great perk. Or if your bank, for whatever reason, the ATM isn't working, because that has happened to me before and I had to go to a different bank and it was like $3 to take money out, but it didn't hurt as much because I knew they were going to reimburse me for that. So make sure you check out for ATM fee. Look for credit unions. Credit unions are pretty awesome. If you've heard about them and you're a little bit unsure, make sure you just go do your research, okay? Credit unions are member owned. So I'm a teacher, my husband's also a teacher. They have a teacher credit union, and a lot of times they'll have lower rates for opening things. They'll have lower rates for loans if you're looking for car loans, or if you're looking for house loans, mortgages. They'll have lower rates, which is really great. And they'll also have more attuned to what you need because they know that clientele very well. So check with your work, especially if you work in a corporate area, if you work somewhere that's has an entity. Most likely you'll have a credit union. It's not something that is brick and mortar. Sometimes they are, but they'll have one and they won't have extra. So it's not going to be like a Capital One or a Bank of America that you see everywhere. There's only going to be one and then that's it for miles. So you might have a lot more online options. but they have really great rates. So definitely make sure you check out, see if you have a credit union near you that you can join, and check out what their rates are. So if you're looking for just savings fund, so if you're just looking for something that offers you a way to save money, a way to put money aside, and you are not really looking for it to be something that necessarily makes a lot of interest, you just want it to hold money. This is really great if you're doing sinking funds. If you don't know what a sinking fund is, if you're just looking to save some money, if you're looking for, like, for example, your emergency fund or a vacation fund or baby fund, whatever it is, if you just start moving money over there, you're not really worried about it making a ton of money. You just want it to hold money so it can actually be allocated somewhere, and you're like, okay, it's not all in one place, it's divvied up and I can see it. You just want to look for a regular bank account or savings account that is just $0. You don't need to pay anything, and it doesn't charge you if you have $0 in there. So my favorite one to use for that is Capital One 360. There's a ton of other online banks that will offer this type of perk. Ally is one of them. There's like so many. I'll give you a list down below or something. But there's so many different banks that are online banks or things of that nature where you don't have to have any money down. There's no penalty if you don't have money in them. And the reason why you're able to do that so well is because they don't have brick and mortar. So because they don't have brick and mortar buildings, they can offer you extra perks like that. So if you're just looking for a place to hold money for a certain amount of time, that's a really great thing to look for. Number 5, if you're looking for a bank account that has a higher rate of return, meaning that you want the money to actually start making money and have interest, check out mutual funds. Do not look for CD accounts. CDs are not going to give you the best thing out there for you. They're not going to make that much money in a good amount of time. So definitely look for mutual funds. Also, you can invest that money. That's a really great thing that you can do. And so do your research on investing. Do your research on like where you should go to actually start investing that money. So if you have like a nest egg that's been sitting there. I had a client one time that was like, I have a whole bunch of money that when my parents started when I was younger, and it's still just sitting there in the savings account. And I'm like, well, you should move it and invest it so that it can actually start making you money, you know? So definitely do that. Don't just leave money sitting in bank accounts, especially if you don't have a purpose for them. If it's an emergency fund, that's different. So I have an emergency fund. I don't really care if it makes money. I just simply need it there for an emergency, ready to go. But if you have other funds, if you have other extra money hanging out, definitely put it in a mutual fund or something that has a high rate of return that you know you're not going to touch, so that it can start accruing interest. So there are some banks that have apps that are automatically connected to your bank account, and with that bank account you can actually see like how much you're paying on certain things, where your money is going. It can actually give you gauges, which will be super helpful if you're on the run and you're just looking for your budget and how much you have in certain places and how much you want it to go. Definitely use your budgeting apps. That's all I have for you guys today. I really hope that was a really great starting point for you figuring out what bank is right for you. If I were you, I would definitely date around. Like I said earlier, it's a really great way to kind of just see what other things are out there, especially if you've been with the same bank for forever. It's a good idea to just go and just see what other banks offer and see if you can get a better deal out there. My husband and I did this when we started budgeting. We actually were thinking about it, and we were like, I wonder if there are other banks out there that offer different things. So when we went to different banks, we noticed that our bank actually charged us $13 a month. See if you can guess what bank account that is, or what bank chain that is. And charged us like $13 a month for our savings account. And we were like, what in the world? And it's because he's had it all his life and never thought about changing it, never noticed it. And it wasn't until we actually took a deep look at what we were actually doing with our bank accounts that we started moving things around. And we are very happy with our bank right now, and we don't incur any fees. And I love what they're doing and the things that they offer. They have really great customer service. So definitely go check them out. Go do your research on different banks, go date around and kind of see what's going on and kind of compare, see what's best for you and your lifestyle. So I hope this was super helpful to you. If you are looking for more videos about this, about consumer things, about what to look for, let me know below. If you found your perfect bank, don't tell me what it is though, because we don't want creepers on here. But I do hope that this was super helpful to you. I hope that you have a super profitable year. I hope that you are able to make tons of money and that you know where it's going. And if you want to get in touch with me, make sure that you join my Facebook group. Make sure that you hit subscribe and notification, all that good stuff. And make sure you look at all my links below. I hope you guys have a really great day. Thanks so much. Bye.